and NBP, Nuffle be praised. This is week 2 of our season 4 professional matchup. We have Kamikoze's Old Town Polecats, a Kislev circus team, taking on the Prime Sinisters, the Fun Guys, a goblin team. This is going to be a pretty good matchup. It's week 2, so it's still pretty early for both teams. Week 1, the Old Town Polecats were able to squeeze out a victory, winning 3-2 in their opening matchup against the Fear Factory, whereas I believe the Fun Guys tied their opponents in the first week, but I'm actually checking right now because I can't remember. But I'll know momentarily who won their matchup or if it was a tie. And I do that by looking at the recap that I myself wrote. So it looks like the Fun Guys lost their first week matchup 2-0 against the Warp Firestone's Skaven team. So now I do remember that. So we have an interesting team here. Kislev is, of course, one of the newer teams. It's a reskinned Slan. Kamikoze does not have the bear/big man, which was a Croxagore. Oh, and the Polecats get a blitz right off the bat. Defending and they get a blitz. Now the ball's pretty deep for them to be able to do anything about it. However, they do have leap, which means Kamikoze can leap across the goblins and get 2 or 3 of his Old Town Polecats, closing off that ball pretty decently. I mean, they're still going to be far away from it, don't get me wrong. And actually, if they get this blitz down, he might not even need to use leap. He might be able to just knock the guy down and then flood the secondary. Crazy stuff. But we'll see what happens here. Blitz right off the bat. A little karate chop action. Gets the push. More importantly, opens up that hole. So I still think he's going to have to take advantage of dodging. Or, excuse me, of leaping in order to get into there. And, of course, it looks like the Prime Sinister's Fun Guys. He has a full complement of... he's got the Loony. He's got the Pogoer, who is not a secret weapon, just somebody who has leap and very long legs. He's got the Fanatic. I don't see a Bombardier on the pitch, and he doesn't appear to have a Bombardier off. So here comes the very long legs, and now will we see a dodge away? The Kislev catchers have AG4, so wouldn't be surprised if we saw some of that. So we have 2 games going on right now. Wheelie365 is also streaming the Boom Shake the Room Hamlin Sewerage matchup. So if you fans want to hop out of here and check that game for a few turns, I'd be not offended at all if you were to do that. So we're still looking at the blitz turn on the Old Town Polecats. It looks like Kami is going to maybe leave that one catcher back there as kind of like a safety should anything really go south and he doesn't want to end up with goblins deep behind and nothing he can do about it. But no, it looks like he's pretty good. Well, I mean, his movement would allow him to get back into position anyway, so it really shouldn't be a problem. So now it'll be very interesting with this pressure. That was a heck of a blitz. It'll be interesting to see what the Prime Sinister does here. Let's actually switch that viewpoint so we get a better idea of what's happening. Here comes the Loony. Loony is... Oh! And the Loony right off the bat gets... knocks out a catcher. That, of course, is an insane +3 on the injury roll. Or the armor break, rather, with the Loony. And then the injury. I'm not a fan of Goblin teams. They're really cool, but I played my team, the Uberwald Cannonballs, played poor Knockout Joe last night, and that AV7 just can't hold up against Bash. if you don't get the ball first. At least Prime Sinister has the ball first, so he has a good chance to hang back with the Pogoer, who has the ability to evade with leap and very long legs, and it should be all about trying to myrtleize as many Kislev players as possible. And I apologize to the fans, anybody who's commented in the chat. I did not have the chat open because I really hate the new Twitch mobile app. I think it's absolutely one of the worst things they ever came up with, and I don't understand why it takes rocket science just to get to my own stream. Okay, I'm back to my own stream. I have it open now, so if anybody would like to re-comment anything that they had said, I can see it now. So, all right, here he comes. Looks like the Fnatic. Fnatic is gonna take. Oh, it was not the Fnatic. Okay, it was the troll. Earpuke. Earpuke knocks down Yuri Abramov, but he's still on the pitch. Oh, nice. Looks like Stone Stench is gonna drop the hammer on Alex Agudinu, and another one. Those are, of course, the two journeymen that Kami has. The Old Town Polecats. Them, even though they have AV8. He took a bit of a pounding, despite his AV8 in his Week 1 matchup against the Dark Elf, the Fear Factory. Which I would like to point out, no offense to the coach who coaches the Fear Factory, but you named your team the Fear Factory and filled them with industrial and metal legends, and you do not have Al Jorgensen. The name of the team is the Fear Factory, and you do not have the Fear Factory as a member. Just throwing that out there. Didn't mean any offense. To Blake. I believe it's Blake Nuts' team, so I hope he doesn't get offended that I called him out for lacking Al Jorgensen in his Fear Factory, but that's okay. So, looks like we've got, pretty interesting, but I'm telling you, I played a lot of dev games against Kislev after Legendary came. Ooh, Stymie Special! Ladies and gentlemen, we have our first one re-rolling one, otherwise known as the Tripwire, otherwise known as the Stymie Special, as Natnich goes down, but only a stun, so you gotta feel pretty good. But as I was saying, Kislev has crazy mobility. Every player having leap and very long legs really complicates things. You could think you're secure, clear as day, and then boom, here comes a leap here, and then before you know it, you're surrounded by Russians. All right, Snowbrig with a flying knee attack goes down. And I apologize to the viewers. I'm going to close and reopen my Twitch on my phone because now it's so trash it won't even allow me to look at your comments. So, again, all the people commenting, I sure would like to see what you have to say, but the new Twitch is utter trash. So, here we go. Let's try this. All right, now I'm actually in the chat room. Let me try typing. Excellent. Okay, I'm in the chat room. I can see the chats. Should be good. Here comes the blitz. Oh, when he gets the reroll, he's gonna get that. He's gonna get that block. Ooh, and now he has the ball. Oh, he's in striking distance of putting that right into his own end zone. So this is what I was talking about, guys. Kislev, even though you think they might not be a tier 1 team, they might have problems, this and that and the other thing. He has got, I mean, granted, the blitz helped. Let's not ignore the fact that he got a blitz. So he wouldn't be this deep into the Prime Sinister's backfield without that blitz. But even that, it doesn't matter how many players you put in your way. With leap and the agility that they have, Kislev can do something else. And also, their blitzers come with jump up and diving tackle. Tell me that's not ridiculous. Jump up and diving tackle to start. The only players that start with diving tackle, as far as I know. And then I believe their catchers have diving catch. Yes, so the catchers have diving catch, which means you can totally and that's the downside of the Kislev team, is of course when you fail the leap. If you roll a lot of 1s and 2s, then maybe Kislev isn't for you. But if you roll a lot of 1s and 2s, I would argue that agility teams in general are probably not for you. So here comes the Looney. Oh, and Evgeny Yegorov has been injured. Oh, and it's a niggling, folks. Are we going to see Kami use his in Apothecary? We have an Apothecary. Oh, and a substitute join. Huge. Huge. All right. Interesting. So now the Pogoer has leap and very long legs as well, but he's not going to get anywhere blanketed by two Kislev. You might see Skegshag try to do a dodge and a ball pickup because I would not leave that ball on the pitch. Oh, here comes the Fanatic, and he got a POW. He holds up, and it looks like of course, the Journeymen never seem to get injured when you need them to. He's really thinking about. Here comes the dodge, but there it is, diving tackle. What did I say? The only players that come with diving tackle are the slan slash Kislev blitzers, and now you have a player off the pitch and a 2-on-1. I think this ball's going into the end zone here. Very smart by Kamikoze to put that blitzer so far down the pitch, stick the blitzers with diving catch on the players that would be most likely to get to the ball. The Goblins are already dealing with a strength disadvantage of only being strength 2, so that means they normally have to double up unless they're going up against the catcher, which would be strength 3, and really smart on Kami's part to stick those diving catch pieces where they can do the most damage. Now he's really thinking about how he wants to do this. He's got a player with block, so I would probably use Piotr Orlov to block off Morgrib, which would then free your catcher, Gregory Mordanov, who has AG4, to just pick the ball up and run right into the end zone. You're going to get the ball at the half, so you really don't care about giving the ball back to the Goblins this early. And by ending the drive, you're going to force those secret weapons off the pitch. So scoring as quickly as you can is going to take the Looney and the Fanatic right off the pitch. And doing that is going to be problematic. All he needs is a dodge. It's fine that he has dodge. All he had to do is push him off the ball. Now he's pushed off the ball. That leaves Gregory Mordavinov to just go ahead and straight score. And I would expect you see him score here. I don't think Kami's going to stall, because if he does, that Looney is going to be running around that pitch chainsawing guys, and I think you try to get that Looney off the pitch as quickly as you can, and the answer to that is to score. Plus, it's a defensive score. Huge. Maybe take a couple of safe shots here. You know, you've got a reroll in your pocket and AG4. You should have pretty darn good chances that you're going to pick that ball up. So maybe take a couple of shots, try to get some injuries, try to get the numbers advantage, coupled with the secret weapons leaving the pitch. So that could kind of help you out. Here we go. This is how I was saying, and we have a Goblo injury. Get Stumped is injured. So now we've got over here on the Gobbo side, I think we have two injured Gobbo, or one injured Gobbo, one knocked out Gobbo. But if he doesn't have bribes, and I don't know how the inducements ran, I don't know if his team value was low enough that he could afford bribes. I did not get that message from Kami, so I don't admittedly know, but it is possible, because I didn't check that. And there it is, just as we expected. Gregory Mordvanov pushes in the quick score, does the awesome Cossack dance. That's definitely going in the recap this week. I like it. So here we go, folks. NBP-Pro.com, the best PS4 Blood Bowl League around. It's 1-0. Old Town Polecats have the lead. Going to be kicking off to the fun guys. We still have a ton of Blood Bowl left. The Polecats do get the ball at the half. And don't forget to also check out Wheelie 365 stream. Boom Shake the Room is playing the Hamlin Sewerage right now. And it looks like we have Snotkit sent off and Squignit is set off as expected. So no bribes for the Goblin team. Now this may be tough. because they are, and of course the knocked out Kislev guy woke up. So now we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8 goblins on the pitch, turn 3. 8 goblins, turn 3. This could turn out to be one of the most unbalanced games of Blood Bowl I have ever seen. Turn 3, and the goblins are down a touchdown and 3 players. I mean, they've got big men, but big men could cause a lot of problems. Big men could end up screwing you well more than they help you. Kami commenting with the "get that damn chainsaw out of here," and that chainsaw, and Fnatic is off the pitch. So now it'll be interesting to see what the goblins are able to do without their secret weapons. I played Knockout Joe yesterday, and let me tell you, once my dwarves, once they took those secret weapons off the pitch, it was rough going for the remaining game. Granted, dwarves are a lot more bashy. They're one of the premier bash teams as compared to Kislev, which is more of an agility/hybrid team. I really don't know how you would describe them. And I like this formation. I like this uber tight formation here. This 8-player, but flying U. I don't even know what you would call that. Changing weather. Oh, and of course this time he goes for the shallow kick, which is smart because it's going to give him another opportunity to knock those gobos out and possess that ball. But I think the record for most touchdowns scored is 4 in NBP. I believe Bort, maybe Bort, you can chime in on the chat and let me know. But I think he scored 4 touchdowns. Which might be the NBP record. I don't know if anyone scored 5. So if anyone has scored 5 and remembers, drop it in the comments, and we'll see. A 1 re-rolling 1. Wow. So that's the second 1 re-rolling 1 for Prime Sinister in 3 turns, and I'm going to completely attribute it to the fact that I am commentating this match. So remember, if you really want me to comment your match, think twice, because I bring the Stymie specials, even when I'm not playing. So now, I mean, it's wide open for Kislev to possess that ball and either try to knock up another score real quick or to try to sit on it and stall. Yes, and Kami was with, yes, Bort scored the most, which is what I had expected. I wonder what happens if you pitch clear and nobody's able to come back for the next drive, so the pitch stays clear. I mean, at that point, is it just they just call the game with however many touchdowns you have? I wonder how that would work. Things are not looking well for the fun guys.
Loose ball is a dangerous ball. The player needs to secure it.
Bort, we're talking about which coach has the most touchdowns in a single game in NBP, and I'm pretty sure it's you. Oh, and then the Pogoer is knocked out. So he now has 7 players on the pitch. He uses his Apothecary to keep his Pogoer on the pitch from the knockout. Very interesting. But, I mean, that's the only player of value really left, and, well, his 2 trolls. But the trolls have regen. So you're not really having to worry about using your Apothecary on there. You have a built-in Apothecary chance coin flip with regen. Yeah, this is going to be a rough time. I mean, at this point, I wouldn't even know how to say to the Goblin coach, other than maybe just try like crazy, just to hit and run, dodge in and out of tackle zones. I mean, there's three Kislev marking that ball. Oh, and here's another one. I believe that's about 6-1, and okay, we avoided yet another Stymie special, and he's gonna go deep because he's basically walled off. Yep.
That's the ball
Oh,
going the wrong way.
Now he's getting. Nah, see, this is what I worried about. Now he could just sit there. He just leveled up the catcher, and now he can score with whom you'd like to score. So see, the real elite coaches here, they don't miss any opportunity to graft as much SPP as possible in a matchup here, and I think that's what you're gonna see. Because I think you're gonna see Kami try to just wall off, secure himself, and he's gonna score with who he wants to score with. And if you're the Prime Sinister and the Goblins, you just gotta hope for some injuries. There you go. All right, now we're starting, and Alexi, that's one guy off the pitch. And if you get injuries and you get your knockout back, you can kind of balance a little of this out because he's only got 11 Kislev. So now he's down to 10 Kislev. You're down to 7 players. You get your knockout back, you're up to 8 players. It's only 2 players down, but I don't like the odds of going up against those Kislev skill set without your secret weapons. Yeah, that's why if I was Goblin, I would always make sure I had enough inducement money going into the match to buy my bribes. Even if it meant firing Goblins, I would do it. Yes, that was right. It was against Fat Mark's team. Season 1, Fat Mark for life, the worst Blood Bowl coach in NBP history, lost to Bort, I believe, 4-0. Oh, it was either 5 or 6. Oh, it wasn't 6. It might have been 5. It was definitely not. It was not 6. 6 touchdowns. That would be ridiculous. Prime Sinister doing everything that he can to try to slow this down, but unlike a regular team you can screen against. You can put players doubled up in columns in front of them, and it's going to take a couple of turns. But against Kislev, where they can just jump over whatever obstacle you put in your way, I don't know. He just doesn't have the players to cover him right now. So I expect you're going to see Eugene Yegorov. But we're probably going to see Yegorov throw a pass to Sorka Shalev at some point, and then you're going to see Shalev hand the ball back or pass it into the end zone for him to score. You mark my words that he's going to try to make that happen. Nestor Baratinsky, Snotchgob. I'm wondering if this game gets so one-sided if I would get yelled at for switching over to the Boom Shake the Room Hamlin Sewerage game, especially if that's competitive. Even though I understand Wheelie is already streaming it, I'm kind of intrigued how that match is going. It's looking like it's going to be another touchdown here. And yep, he made the pass just like I called it. Now next turn he's gonna pass back to Eugenie Yegorov from Sorka Shalev, and then he's gonna score. That's my prediction. I mean, it might take longer than that, but yeah, everyone's gonna want to play Kislev after this. Comes Grubglum is about to get the boom lowered on him. Just a stun. Grubglum is only stunned.
The strength of a bear. Unfortunately, fighting skills.
Will we see a journeyman foul? Probably not. I'd like to see it. Oh, probably better to block. I bet he takes the both down. Yep. Smart move there.
The player's fist is approximately the same size as his entire opponent.
Ooh, Mordanov is down again. Ooh! Agility down, and he's out of an apothecary. You hate to see that, folks. Two points away from a level up. No doubt that the Goblins will definitely need some form of a miracle but they're not completely out. Maybe we'll see double rock throw on the next drive and wipe out some players. I don't know. Do you expect Conley to go for the record here and score? Because, I mean, the longer he stalls, you just keep potential unnecessary hits that he's setting up his Kislev team to take. Although, his armor value 8 should mostly, necessarily see him through. You know? Oh! That would be the third Stymie special for the Prime Sinister in the first half, ladies and gentlemen. So, if you don't think that my presence has anything to do with that, that's fine. But I would like somebody to crunch the numbers and know what the odds are of getting 3 Stymie specials in the first half. That's a 1 in 36 chance times 3. Well, what are the odds of a 1 in 36 chance happening 3 times? I guess you'd need some more information from the data set to get those numbers accurately, but holy bananas. Damn. Nuffle just handing out them one rerolling ones.
This player likes to be well assisted.
There we go. Dodge. He's got to get some tackle on that Kislev team. Of the non-diving variety.
The domino effect.
Passing the ball back. Interesting.
Yep. Just like and diving catch triggers, and he's going to go in again. Polecats are up, take a commanding 2-0 lead, especially considering that they get the ball at the half, and they have a significant player advantage. It's going to be tough for the stunty teams this year. I admire the coaches who chose to play Goblins and the coaches who chose to play Halfling, because I got to say, they are not easy. They are not easy to coach. And when the wheels fall off of a stunty team, holy crap! The wheels fall off, the axle falls off, the engine falls out of the frickin' thing. I mean, I could not think of another metaphor to make it any worse than it is. I mean, it really goes sideways when it does. They're having a hard time to recover. So, still doesn't get that wake up back. That's unfortunate. And it's Conley's more than enough time to put up a third touchdown in this half if he kicks that ball shallow again and then just takes it over. But don't worry, the Pogo is here. Morgrib is here. Keeping that on lockdown. We may have another game later tonight, but it depends on if the opponent shows up and if one coach can keep a handle on his drinking to not pass out. So maybe around 10 Eastern there might be another game, but that is not a definite at this point. So don't quote me on that. But perhaps, rampant alcoholism aside, we may have a more competitive matchup for you later. I believe it'd be Chaos Dwarf against Skaven So that could be a potentially interesting matchup there in the AFC's Deep Dark Division. And of course, don't forget the Boom Shake the Room Hamlin Sewerage matchup going on Wheelie 365 streams. That's Orcs versus, I believe, Underworld Denizens. Yes, well, luckily these are not debilitating injuries. His Looney will be back next game. His Fanatic will be back next game. And I'm presuming his Bombardier was on this next game. I'd have to check the injury report. Oh, and now the bribe! Each team receives one additional bribe to use during this game to try to ignore one referee call. Folks, if you ever thought Nuffle didn't have a sense of humor, then you have not been paying attention. Because that right there is a bribe 2 drives after the Goblins really could have used it. And right off the bat, Loner on a both down, and he's going down, folks. Oh, but he did injure Nickelodeon Nachanov, a missed next game for I believe that was a journeyman. Let's check his corpse out. No, it was not a journeyman. He is a regular Nikolia Nechayev. He was a regular member of the team, and he is going to miss the next game. But he was a skillless lineman, so not a big deal. You can get by with that. But yeah, not a great game for Prime. And he even had the dream of getting the coin toss. With Goblins, you want to get the coin toss and use your secret weapons to hopefully murder enough of the team that you can then coast to a victory. I assume that would be the modus operandi for a Gobbo match, but it just hasn't happened yet. This is, I've watched every Goblin match pretty much so far, and Goblins have not been great this season. But it's only week 2, folks. I mean, we're still, a loony can still go on a tangent and cause a lot of damage. Four players down to... Ooh, Kislev's down 3. That AV8 just... Except for the catchers. The catchers have AV7 because they don't wear shirts. But AV8 on most of his pieces, and they're still, off the pitch. I mean, granted, the Troll had Mighty Blow. So that was to be expected. Taking down Liner there. That's a 1 rerolling 1, folks. That is the game's 4th 1 rerolling 1. 4th in the first half. It's confirmation bias. It's got to be confirmation bias. Just keep telling yourself, confirmation bias. There's nothing wrong with the RNG, but man, somebody really should crunch the numbers. That is pretty nuts.
Good. He's got the ball. It's always embarrassing.
And could we see the Goblins strike here, maybe?
The ball is handed off and play continues.
Here we go. If Earpuke can get Yuri Amarov down, we got ourselves a cocktail here. We can, even if he just pushes him, he doesn't even have to get him down. He just needs to push him out of the way to spring Grubgrum free, and then he can dodge out these remaining pieces to form kind of like a screen. I think he's best thinking about how he could do that. Or that. I forgot about that. Nails it! Finally, some Goblin action. That is the first successfully landed throw teammate in streamed professional play in NBP. That was outstanding. To our viewers at home who didn't quit watching, that's amazing. Turns out these Goblins are not up. They're not giving up yet. They're going to stall and score and make this a 2-1. Oh, he's going to score right now. And the Goblins are on the board, folks. The Goblins are on the board. This game is not over. And he does the big wiggle. That might go in the recap. Amazing. No comments after that? I can't believe the viewers are just sitting there. Will we get a wake up? And we get a wake up. So 2-1, and the player advantage might be shifting.
Hey, it's a fresh start. Carnage can start all over again.
This is quite a game. This is quite a game. Goblins are still in it, folks. They are still in it. They are kicking off to Kislev. Although admittedly Kislev with 2 turns can potentially put up another score. I think with those 2 turns, with some GFIs probably. But the Gobbles are coming back. Gobbles are coming back. We have a whole half worth of Blood Bowl, and he still has both trolls. So, I mean, as long as he has both trolls, I mean, it's still anybody's game. Which game was that, Rebel? Where there was this, it was a pro game? There was a successful halfling throw on a game that we streamed? I'm not suggesting it was the only time that it ever occurred, but did I stream that? What match was that, though? I mean, if you're saying it just occurred, then yes, I believe you. But did we stream that? Was it the week 1 match? Did that happen? I don't even recall it being successful. They'll fill me in. No, not you. So was it streamed or not? Because if it wasn't streamed and it wasn't in the pros, it's not counting for what I was saying. Oh, all right. Didn't Josiah do it versus Afro? Well, there you go. He did. So it's the second ever streamed throw. I didn't know he was successful with it. I thought he kept failing and killing people. Yeah, it was. Well, then there you go, folks. I called that game, so I'm a very bad announcer. So we'll amend that to say it was the second successfully streamed throw player and landing since they throw player teams have become big. I mean, it used to just be the Orc team where first week I played Blood Bowl. Kami showed that to me when he threw a troll. He used a troll to throw a goblin at me and kill one of my players. Why I decided I wanted to keep playing Blood Bowl after that, I don't know. Oh man, new defense for the goblins. Oof, things are about to get nasty. Kami was set up in the one turner positioning. I don't, but he has 2 turns, so he doesn't need to set up in the one turner positioning. At least I don't think.
This is a big game, Bob.
Okay. All right. Well, I believe you, Rebel. I stand corrected. And I was funny because I commentated that match, so I'm correcting myself. Diving catch is just money to start with. Still tough, though. Our astute viewers at home can let me know if it's possible for him to get downfield enough with a one-turner, or if the idea should just be for him to try to get a player as far downfield so we can try to score on the 8th turn.
Count those teeth, Jim. They'll have to pick up most of them off the ground in a few seconds' time.
The players arrive to assist their teammate.
Interesting. This would be tough. I wouldn't know how you would position yourself to score here without I mean, other than just going as far down as possible and just potatoing yourself. But it looks like he might do a handoff or a throw, and then he might leap over and then try to leap all his players over to kind of create like a quasi-cage / screen situation.
Are they going to jump over the player?
There it
Race
is.
of a snowflake that twirls in the blizzard of
And he'll probably try to get that player. Yep.
No, you could be
Probably
so
try to get him deep.
lyrical, Bob.
And he's got dive and catch, so you can afford to be inaccurate on your throw. Get it close. You're giving him an opportunity. Scatters to the adjacent square. That he has a chance to get it. And your throw with your other catcher, so you do AG4 and you do it after your movement, which then gives him the best chance to make it a quick throw. And then he has movement 7 to easily skate into the end zone without a go for it. And here he just wants to kind of want to spread it out to protect his ball carrier. This is big here, considering Kami gets the ball at the half, so if he could score a touchdown here, he could really stick a dagger and Sinister with a 3-1 advantage going into the half. But this being Blood Bowl, I mean, anything can happen at any time. But I like it. I like both coaches are still playing full tilt Blood Bowl, and that's what you see right there. You see a failed leap, and now perhaps the door's been opened just wide enough for them goblins to try to pull off some shenanigans. We shall see.
That's quite a mismatch, Bob.
I know. That weedy fella's gonna get splat. Oh, I'm excited, Jim.
Here we go.
One more step and...
He's trying to open up. So he's trying to put all the opposition in the way, which, again, leap. So, leap with his AG4 piece, not much opposition he's putting there. But I think he's trying to figure out how he can get this Gobbo to come in on a blitz. Oh, or just a mark. Oh, no, here we go. Snabreg is going to come in, lower the boom. So, here we go. Helps keep it competitive. Oof. He's got a reroll. He's got a reroll. The fun guy's going to use that reroll. It's his last turn. You got to use your reroll. Oh, huge. Kami stays on his feet. So, he'll be able to use his full complement of movement next turn in order to avoid this situation. Potentially leap over the pile, dodge out, and then throw. Then you get a really stupid... because nobody's with the troll. So, of course, so then there's nobody with the troll, and you need to roll a 4 or better in order for the troll to actually do what you want him to do. The old really stupid. And he's definitely doing his best to seal off the scoring threat. Will it be enough? He's got block on this place. They team up to take the troll down. The one die with block, maybe knock him over. And he can... No, he's going to try to blitz that first goblin off so it's easy for him to get around, maybe? No. We'll see what he does. Oh, of course, really stupid means no tackle boxes, which means he doesn't even need to go after that troll. Ooh, here we go. Just a stun or a knockout. Alright, just a stun. Poo-boo. Just a stun. But yeah, now because of really stupid, he can just dodge out backwards, dodge forwards, dodge over, throw the pass, and then he can dodge backwards out one, and then hopefully use the, I guess, need the GFI. Alright, here we go. Fails
It's
it.
nice to be good at hopping, but the main thing is to land on your feet.
An unbelievable amount of ones so far in the first half. Alright, folks, this is halftime. You are watching NBP-Pro.com, PS4 Blood Bowl League. This is our week 2 of our season 4 professional play. This matchup is in our NFC division, or our Noble Fanatics division, or conference rather, excuse me, Noble Fanatics conference, in the Ancient Empires division, I believe. To double check that, but that's what we're going to go with until called on. Which is our Euro-based conference, although we do have some U.S. coach in there, maybe one or two. And that logo is something else. What is that, a dog or a cat playing? I just noticed, Kami, the Old Town Polecats logo. Has that always been their logo? I guess you can't change logo midway through, but that logo seems pretty... I don't remember noticing that logo before. I feel like I would have noticed that. But what do I know? So it's Old Town Polecats. Kislev up 2-1 against the fun guys. Gabos, Kamikozy versus Prime Sinister. The Kislev team is going to get the ball. Players-wise, they're pretty even as far as because of injuries. There's been a lot of attrition. But as far as abilities, the Gabos have no special secret weapons on the pitch anymore. Yes, it's a polecat. Oh, it's a polecat. Oh yeah. All right then.
Do you miss the old days of playing in the NAF, Bob?
Not really, Jim. A lot more rules in them days. You couldn't just walk into the crowd on a murderous rampage. No, you had to ask permission, fill out a form, and triplicate. These players have got it so lucky.
Here we go. Kick off. And the fun guys get a free blitz. Oof. So that's our second blitz. At least it was even. The Polecats got a blitz, so it would be only fair for the fun guys to get a blitz. Pretty interesting to see how they do this here. So 2-1. It's possible the Goblins could take advantage of this blitz and try to steal possession. But it looks like they're hedging their bets more than anything else because they don't want to overcommit. But they do have one free Goblin who could just sit there in the tackle zone. I mean, interesting.
I've often wondered, Bob, who would win in a fight between you and Morgan Thor?
Oof.
Contractually, I'm not allowed to say, Jump.
Interesting
Suffice
choice.
to say that the matter has already been settled.
Now we're going to see him try to dodge out and get to that ball? No. Very interesting. He moved all his Goblins, of course, to where those players on the line were, so I could see his thinking there, but I still feel like he overcommitted and left the other side of the field wide open.
Safety in numbers.
Ah, thank you, Rebel. So the game you were talking about, okay, yes, we did not stream that game. At least I did not stream that game. So if it was streamed by one of them, which is possible, I didn't see it. So then maybe my claim was correct because I wasn't aware of the other one. Anything I can use to save face, I will. So I'm going to go ahead and take that and say that I didn't see it and didn't know about it. Ergo, I thought the other one was the first. Although Kami is right, Frost probably did succeed with at least one. Alright, so Polecat's really thinking about what they want to do here.
The ball is currently secured, but now they must grab it.
Game is being really stingy with the PAL dice. Really stingy.
That's a holding maneuver, if ever I saw one.
Dodge coming into play. Nice ball protection. Got it covered around here.
Yes, they've picked up the ball. Whoopee-dee-doo. That player is looking rather smug for remaining upright. Pride comes before...
Takes possession. So we have... Still have an open goal ball, though. I mean, he'd have to dodge. He'd have to dodge the diving tackle. Well, had to dodge the diving tackle. Now that's down. Oh, wait, no, that's not a blitzer. Linemen and the blitzers look so similar to me. No fear of dodging this. Now he can... Poo-Boo can front block, and Sadbrag can get a two-die hit on Leonard Sokolov, potentially. He's guarding off the pieces he can use to score. Now he's probably going to use them free goblins. I mean, he might blitz with the troll, but he doesn't have the movement really, and that would kind of be insane, I think.
This could be a sack. I love it when that happens.
Here he comes.
This could be a sack. I love it when that happens.
He's not taking that unless he wants them both to go down. Smart play.
Don't let the bed bugs bite. Really.
Sokolov is down. But his turn ends, and he does have a catcher available to scoop. Shalov. Sorka. Shalov can get that ball, get pretty down there, and it wouldn't be. And he's got two free players to be able to go and then shield if he needed to. Yes, that is correct. Blitzes first, gets the POW. Gets just the stun. But yeah, you'll probably see him step up into a screen now, because he can now get Shalov the ball and then screen him between those players. So that way, if the ball scatters on a hit, he's at least surrounded by Kislev, and he's out of his own half. You saw first half what happens if you don't get your ball out of your own half, as that blitz really hurt Prime Sinister.
Pick up the ball. Apparently, it's more difficult than it seems.
There we go. So now he's stepped up. He's got a pretty decent protection because these, these trolls are going to be unreliable. Hate to see that though. Is that another one re-rolling one? Yes. So that is the 5th Stymie special / one re-rolling one in the game. 3 for Prime Sinister, 2 for Kamikoze. This is pretty absurd. Again, it's just the RNG. You gotta trust the RNG. But, I mean, nobody thinks about 6s back-to-back. When you get 6s back-to-back, you don't think about that. The armor break, though, was also a 1 and a 1. So that's a 1 re-rolling 1, and then Snake Eyes. So that's 4 1s. What are the odds of stacking 4 1s up in a row? That's 1 and 36, and I mean, how does that even go? Uh, I don't even know where the math on that is.
Absolutely have to stop him. Or her. Whatever.
It's kind of unbelievable.
Aim for the ball carrier. Take them down.
Yes, at least the ones are kind of even, Revel. That's at the very least. The ones have been kind of even. So interesting move here. The Troll goes to mark the ball, gets the stun, which is huge on the catcher. Although Yuri over here, Gregorov, ooh, we're gonna see a stupid, and we do see another release. We do see a stupid. But Kami's not in terrible shape here. Diving catch. Oh, and then Snotch Glob goes down, and we see an injury. So now Kami's got a chance again. He could pick up and dodge in and out with his catcher. That would be risky, because that troll is not really stupid. Although he might have the pieces to make a run at going at that troll with his block piece, but that's probably not wise either. This is very, very interesting. Oh no, he's marking that. He's marking that troll. I think you're gonna see him. Lay the wood into Stone Stench. Or maybe you'll see a dodge in and pick up and then a leap out. That's what I'd like to see. With some GFIs. So now what do we do? He's got his loner who's tying up two pieces. You probably leave him there. And then he's got his player with block. His blitzer. That diving tackle's coming in handy.
Scooping up the ball.
Scoops it up.
The opponent so close. Impressive.
There we go. Now he probably just leaves it there, because if he goes too much, well, maybe not. I mean, he's potentially exposing himself to the Pogoer, but Pogoer still only has strength 2, so you know, it's a 1 die unless he gets a marker to make it a 2 die. Wow. Oh, he made that one, but kind of unbelievable how many 1s we've seen here. Nice. Brings up and marks the goblin. That would probably be in range to be the most problem.
They're gathering around that lone player, like halflings round a sandwich. With fists flailing, he's following up, hoping to get the knockdown next time. He'll get an assist now. Wuss.
Alright, he's going to move up and mark. So that troll can get an assist from that troll. Well, interesting. It's almost like Tetris there. Diving tackle, man. You gotta pay attention to diving tackle. He needs a 5 to get out of that predicament. crazy.
I never could get the hang of this
Jump
maneuver.
up. I'm telling you, them
Whenever I
Kislev
jumped up,
blitzers
parts of the
are
stadium would
awesome.
collapse,
Jump
killing
up,
me
diving
fast.
tackle, leap very long legs. A movement 7, AG8 or AV8 rather. With strength with 3-3, 7-3-3-8. With those skills to start, you throw a block on them. That is a friggin' terrifying piece to deal with. I think we're going to see the Polecats score here. He's still got the reroll in his pocket, but he is pushing it by rolling all this
He won't
dice.
leave him alone anytime soon.
Touchdown!
Here's the touchdown. With good
And the
protection from
Polecats
comeback.
take a commanding
Might be the
2-touchdown, 2-possession lead deep in the second half here. And they believe they've increased their player advantage. But I mean, at this point, even fighting for a tie seems to be like a difficult prospect. A lot of bodies, though. A lot of Kislev bodies, but he gets his catcher back. The 2 ejections, the 2 injuries.
A fresh start, fellas.
So about 5 turns, he'd have to score twice to tie it up.
They've kicked the ball to
With
the opponents. Now it's
2,
time to think defensively.
7 players against 8 mobile players. 3, 6, 7. Yeah. So we'll see. We're committed to the long haul here, and Nuffle can do anything at any time. But Prime Sinister is certainly facing a really uphill battle. Alright. I love that Polecat logo. That's great. Ooh, extra reroll. Oh, beautiful scatter. Coffin kicks it, so now he's gonna have to waste a turn just digging that ball out.
harder they punch.
That's gonna be problematic.
With arms like
Oof.
trucks.
Mighty blow. Sometimes it's amazing, sometimes it mighty blows. Although I can tell you, I like the Kislev. I like the skill set. I like the armor.
Sometimes the underdog
It's a knockout there, but no big deal. I was upset we didn't have a bombardier this game. I feel like if the goblins had their full accompaniment of secret weapons, could have been a little bit more interesting. Yep, Rebel, I'm telling you, Kislev are sick. I think they're just about peaking tier 1. I mean, you've got catchers that start with diving tackle, or excuse me, diving catch rather. Catchers with diving catch 7-2-4-7. You have blitzers that have diving tackle and start out with, jump up and diving tackle. Everybody has leap. Everybody has very long legs. So your leaps are, for the most part, plus 2s. But apparently, when you play them, you seem to slurp up a lot of 1s like Kami does. He fails a lot of dodges and leaps with them, but they're good. I mean, you got to get block on them. But think about it: a well-developed Kislev team with everybody having block. You got that's tough. That's gonna be tough to deal with, and the AV8 all around except for the catchers. I mean, that's tight. That's right. His bomber is minus strength. Somebody reads the injury report on NBP-Pro.com. Inside the MVP Week 1. Check it out. So, puts the drop down on Glum, so Kami's not taking any chances. He's playing his conservative defense, trying to keep Prime Sinister from scoring again. In fact, this is dangerous here. If you're Prime Sinister, you better get to the ball this time, or else Kislev gonna put another touchdown on you.
Like a good old-fashioned fight.
And from a development standpoint, this is a lot of level ups.
It looks like it's going
Yeah,
to
when
be
very
another
long legs
top
works,
jump.
man,
And
it's
as
just
legend
legit.
aerial as ever.
There you go. And having AG4 pieces, the ability to have AG4 pieces is just legit. So, I mean, once you start putting dodge on them, once you start putting block on them, I mean, there has to be some restrictions as far as strength, as far as skills go. So I'm sure Kami can clue us into any of the negatives Kislev have, because they must certainly have some.
There goes the ball. Always a heart in the mouth. Well, not my heart.
Oof.
All the same,
Not
these
good.
mutations are very
I
effective.
believe we may see. So a lot of Kami's players have leveled up this game. I want to say at least 2 or 3. That guy did. So 2 catchers have leveled up. And what do we got over here? Alright, so just 2 catchers at this point. Any level ups over here? No, it's been rough going for these Goblos. Now he can just scoop the ball up and try to score here, or he can... Yep, he's setting it up so that Shavalov can get the SPP. And if he plays it right, if Shavalov throws 2 passes and then scores, he could potentially level up 3 different players here. Yeah, unfortunately, the problem is he just doesn't have the pieces. He's way outmatched at this point. The injuries and the ejections have taken their toll on the Goblin. That first turn, that blitz really hurt him.
A touchdown is so close, and yet so far away.
Yeah, he's got enough turns. I bet you we see a pass. And then a hand back, a pass, a hand back, and a score. Get himself some more SPP. Well, maybe not. Maybe he's content with just a score.
Fly, fly, little Kislev, up to the sky. I don't understand. That player
Diving
dives in
tackle.
midair.
Succeeds. Or fails this time for once. This is the first diving tackle fail. You needed a 5 or better on that to succeed that. I ain't gonna succeed that. Oh, going for it. I thought he would have used
They're going
his...
for the ball.
Oof.
Only used for a ball, in my opinion. Highlight who gets hit.
Can we use diving tackle to... I don't know, it just straight failed, I guess. I guess he didn't need the... Oh, because he's got dodge. That's right. Oh, he rolled the 5 on the reroll. Oh, there's those coin flips. Coin flips will get you. Very hard to maneuver. And you have to deal with coin flip really stupids. Oh, very smart.
Ah, the reassuring splat of some little git.
And that's what we're normally used to seeing with our throw players. Alright, 2 turns left. Can the Polecats get that score? Jump up. Just legit. Ooh. Takes the both down. I would also like to see a goblin get eaten. That would be fantastic. Gobbo steals possession. It's not going to be able to get there. Gobbo long bomb, maybe. Gobbo long bomb. Gobbo long bomb. Plus 5 or 6. Stunty pass. Stunty pass. Yes. Oh, stunty passes are the best. He tried, though. And that's what you got to do. I don't think the trees have very hungry. I don't know, though.
Grace of a snowflake that twirls in the blizzard of the far north.
I didn't know you could be so lyrical, Bob.
That player is so close to a world of hurt.
Might see him blitz with that blitzer. Jump up. Try to get that score. He's 0 of 3. He could, or 0 of 6. He could use some SPP.
That player's bouncing up faster than an inflated squig.
There it is. All he needs to dodge, stay, and then scoop the ball up and.
Forget the ball. Just
Wow. At least he had the reroll in his pocket. Alright. Wow. Kislev just pours it on. 4 touchdowns.
Out your will and check your insurance policy. Keep away from the fans, because they're not gonna be happy. Time to rise and shine for some of those sneaky heads. They should replace that player before they lose any more.
Despite being in the lead, this team now has to kick the ball to the losing squad.
They'll want to get it back as soon as they can.
Alright, so you got that conservative formation that he's been using for the better part of the game. It's 1 turn here. It's literally nothing he could do, even with a riot. He's not going to put up touchdowns, so this one's going to go down as a win for the Old Town Polecats. Kamikoze taking on the fun guys of the Prime Sinister. I wonder how the Boom Shake the Room Hamlin Sewerage matchup went. Probably take a look at that. Oof, an extra reroll for the Polecats that they literally can't use. Deep kick. I mean, we'll probably see the Trolls try to get some knockdowns in, some injuries maybe. I mean, the one Troll did level up, so you do have a silver lining there.
They picked up the ball. I suppose I should say something.
Maybe a vanity pass. I don't know. I mean, he could potentially score, I guess. No, it's not going to happen because he could have tried to do a thrown player. But all right, let's take a look at those numbers there. So 4-1 Old Town Polecats versus the Fun Guys. 8 armor breaks for the Polecats, 10 armor breaks for the Fun Guys. 4 touchdowns versus 1, 3 passes to none, 2 expulsions. Looks like the Polecats had the ball possessed 37% of the time versus 0% of the time. I don't understand how the Goblins had 0% possession of the ball. I believe they had it. They scored at one point, so that can't be correct. 3 passes, 3 catches. Blocks were about even, but the injuries inflicted were, I mean, I guess only 1 for the Polecats because other ones were caused by other things, but these stats are a little wonky. And then, of course, you look at the casualties sustained and knockdowns sustained. We take a look at the SPP. Huge game for the Polecats on SPP. Yurgurov with 7, Sorka Shaleev with 1, Grigory Mordovinov with 3, Nestor Bardanovsky with 3, Sokolov with the MVP and a touchdown. And not so bad for the Goblins. I mean, Earpuke gets the MVP, so he'll level up too. So Earpuke and Stone Stench, that's 2 leveled up Trolls. So I'd feel pretty good about that. Looking at our dice rolls, it's balanced, folks. I mean, 22 1s, 25 5s, 19 6s. But you know, it's where they stick them. It's where they stick them. The Fun Guys, however, 30 1s. Against 37, 30, 25, 32. That's all. I mean, again, it's just where they stick those ones. That seems to be the sticking point for most people. Which could technically, I don't know. I don't want to get into it. Great game. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Remember, the other game may still be going on, but it started earlier, so it's probably over as well, depending. But I want to thanks everyone for tuning in. I want to thank Kami Cozy and, of course, the Prime Sinister for being good sports, having a matchup here with me. And if anyone wants to check out more information, make sure you check out nbp-pro.com.